Greetings and the divine name of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie the First, King Alpha, I Divine Mother Empress Benin, and I the children of Jah Rastafari, representing for the Ankh Nation family, popularly known as Africa. Let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable in I sight, O Jah. Greetings ones and ones. Once again, thanks for lending ear so I can articulate Rastafari. Now, this word sound, I manifest off of the tablet of I heart. Now, I have to recognize as Rastafari a whole heap of vibration and once and one seems to want to confuse the trad of Rastafari. No, I love to lay the foundation of Rastafari and in relation to religion, because no Rastafari's come under the religious manner. But nonetheless, here why Rastafari for come under the religious manner. Because religion is accepted within the world order. And religion, once and once I realize that religion is a part of structure, organized structure. And I as Rastafari, I need that. So I go walk through some synopsis of history in relation to religion and why I need I own for us, by us, and nobody else. Because it's up to I to get it right. And we need no one to structure I thing. And I have to structure Rastafari and get it right. We don't need no influence from nobody. Self-reliance. Collective responsibility. Collective security. Rastafari. Foundation Rastafari. Now, in I history, because I a student I story, you know, and I love to look upon the past, to give I the knowledge to write the future. Because Rastafari is about knowledge, practical reality. We don't no spookism and we don't no hopes and no belief. And knowledge, and we're going to do which is right from right knowledge and right action. Now, we could travel through history. It's I as a people. And we're going to start with all of the religions them that I was exposed to and the damage they have done to I. And I going to show the reason why Rastafari is important. Now, I came over here in the diaspora, them strip I everything. And then give I a book called the Bible. At first, I was not allowed to read this book, but nonetheless, as time progressed and the illusion to set them free with, I gained access to the book through religion. So we was exposed to the Christian religion. And before we touch the Christian religion, within the book now, in an ancient time, I as African people, we encounter a brother with them called Abraham. And out of him now, him come in, lie and deception, get him way, get close to I, and him evolve. Now, I give him sanction because when him come from, he must suffer, he must starve. So we give him aid and him come in. I leave from him to him offspring named Joseph. Now Joseph entered Egypt as a slave. Once again, we aid him, we build him up, and now he becomes a shot caller in Egypt. To the point where he can take in him hungry belly family and rescue them and give them sanctuary in Egypt. But him not only do that alone. Guess where him start? Him start manipulate and take over, start govern the people them by them belly, manipulate the people them through them belly. So him have access to the food, the treasury. Him start what? Sell food because famine in the place, exorbitant price, and therefore start take advantage and start buy up and take over a whole heap of things. Now, him when they found favor with a particular Pharaoh at the time. So let's say the Pharaoh did blind to what him do. And the Pharaoh see the glory. Nonetheless, he move on to him. And then come in now, where I want name now, out of them thing now, you know, me I give the Judaism and the Hebrew. It rise up now, them come in to the next one, them call him Moses. And the story tell me against him, because of persecution, them hide him, and them assimilate within the court of the Pharaoh, and them raise him as a prince. And him now, as time progress, where him now, him rise up, and them want to tell us because them are slave, but I don't accept that, because if you look on the slave terminal, the first concept of slave in the Bible, if you forget to Noah, Moses and Abraham and Joseph and all of them come out of that bloodline, so them are the first slavers, because them were condemn Canaan to slavery. We know say no, through history we know say Canaan are black people. Alright, so we could leap forward now back to this Moses character here. And him led a revolution and them lift up. And the Egyptians them run them. Because them say a revolution but a war. When the Egyptians them recognize them, how them conniving and wicked, them decide to get rid of them. And hence the war, and hence them run going to the Canaan in the desert, in the wilderness. Take for themselves. Alright. Historically, through I should recognize that as the shepherd kingdom, the Hyksos them. So the Moses story correlates with that. Alright, we move from this and now. Come back now. Christianity. We're taking Christianity. Again, this brother here from us shipwreck and him find him way in Egypt, in Ethiopia rather. Some say them him come in as a slave, depends on which source I get the story from. Nonetheless, him come in and him end up converting Izana. Because he must the tutor for Izana through Izana father. And him end up becomes what? The tutor for Izana, and hence he becomes convert Izana to Christianity. That's how Ethiopia became a Christian nation. And now, from that now, we know the story of Christianity. So we leave from this on now. You come in now with Islam. King Najashi Arma give sanctuary to the Muslims. Then we are run out of Medina. When the Quraysh tried them and chase them and persecute them with Prophet Muhammad. And Prophet Muhammad send him followers, them, him family a matter of fact, to Ethiopia. Why I'm sending them to Ethiopia? Because he knows that there's nowhere else in the world where them not get righteous treatment. So there you go again now. So now, and them a follower of the book, which is the Bible. So now, come in, them get sanctuary, and after a time, them build up themselves. Till now, them start encroach on the sovereignty of Ethiopia on a Muslim autonomy. And as history shows, right up until that point now, Ethiopia, you have Djibouti, Somalia, the Wallo province, some aspect of Eritrea, quite a few countries that was under the Ethiopian, or states that was under the Ethiopian Empire, has been, let's say, them separate themselves now and them win them independence. Now, these are all stem through Islam. Alright? So now, I now recognize that all these religions we get from Abraham, that are Judaism, how them come in and where them end up do. Forward in now to Christianity, and now we show you Islam. Now all three of them religion then now. Do the most persecution to I and I as a people collectively known as black people or African people, because they help destroy the continent. They help destroy I and I sovereignty and impose their will upon I and I. Even to the point when we end up as I and I know in the diaspora through the transatlantic slave trade. And if you even don't want to accept, so you come here. Even then still, the Spaniards them and end up the English them and the whole of them come, Portuguese, Dutch, the whole of them come over this side, you know, and impose them will, which was Christianity, and destroy I and I. So from this sufferation, I and I now are people without identity, and I and I as, like I said, them bring captives and turn captives into slaves. And those who refuse them label them while anti-him. Hence Maroon. Hence Marcus, hence I and I and Rastafari. And I Rastafari now give I and I identity. When we declare ourselves as Rastafari, we give I and I His Imperial Majesty Abrahamic Selassie as I and I. Central authority. I and I divine. See? So now you have ones and ones who in recent evolution of Rastafari want to remove the king from Rastafari. Now I know if I'm going to go in the biblical aspect of Rastafari, but with I love the ones and ones them who want to do that. I want them for sure give I and I. Since 1492, I tell you the reason why I say since 1492. Since 1492 with the Moors them, the Christian them keep the Moors them out as black people now. The Moors and black people rule Spain for 700 years. I would love since that time, barring Ethiopia, one can give I and I glorious black people since 1492, except Ethiopia's Majesty. Show I and I a black man will enter into the European space, and by virtue of who him is, strategically maneuver through them technology and even overcome through strategic knowledge. When His Majesty forward in and him gave put the Ethiopian in the League of Nations, the naysayers them couldn't see the future, so them fight against it. But nonetheless, it was the strategic move in 1923 was able to shield and protect Ethiopia somewhat. When I say protect Ethiopia, it never stopped the diabolical nature of Europeans, from trying to scheme and take away Ethiopia or conquer Ethiopia. But nonetheless, because of that one move, it gave His Majesty a platform to declare and condemn them in the world court, and for them own a world court with them called the League of Nations. And later on, it is out of because of that very reason why England have to come aid the king when they recognize that they plan to backfire Mussolini aside with Hitler. So they decide to aid the king now, and therefore Ethiopia remain unconquerable, and His Majesty by extension His Majesty remain unconquerable and safeguard his country, wherein up to this very moment them have them culture and them identity. So when I hail the king, I hail the king from just a biblical, it's just from a practical reality of who the man is. I mean, I love ones and ones for show me another man, black man. Because I know we have to go into the context, When His Majesty are trying, His Majesty are doing what do, Black people in America don't have rights of vote yet. Segregation, Jim Crow still are going in America. Jamaica have independence. You see me, I said the whole black world under oppression. But yet this man withstood the onslaught of Europeans and remained victorious. So why should I not extol this man and salute this man and use this man as a role model for sure indomitable spirit and align I and I to the ancients here, Ethiopia represent indomitable spirit like I and I. This is Rastafari. And Rastafari was birthed out of what? White oppression and domination. And this is the importance why I and I declare Rastafari. Rastafari is I and I own. Reason why I and I say Rastafari is I and I own, because every other religion destroy I and I continue, try to destroy I and I continuity. This is why most of Africa right now are Muslim and Christians. And you still have pockets of Judaism still up in there. All of them are invaders and conquerors. And they destroy. And now Rastafari come to redeem and restore I and I to I and I rightful position. But we can't do that without organizing and structure. And Rastafari is the tool under the banner of religion to give I and I that platform. For what? Gather, the gathering of all the I and I's and nation people, aka black people. This is what Rastafari is about. Rastafari is a liberation trend. Rastafari is a restorative trend. Rastafari is about survival. This is what Rastafari is about. And Rastafari is about I and I survival. No other one can come declare Rastafari because no other one experience. The diabolical enterprise called the transatlantic was unique to I and I. And it's out of that I and I declare and restore I and I and declare and reclaim I and I identity as Rastafari. So once and once you know this, when you declare Rastafari, if you know what you declare and know what you say. This is not no all inclusive. Every other nation have for them gods. I and I have to have because all of them gods, them use for them gods and persecute and oppress I and I. Them for them gods now give I and I justice. I and I God have to give I and I one, and I and I go on his imperial man, Emperor Haile Selassie the first. Jah Rastafari declarant by I and I. It's not His Majesty who declare I and I. It's I and I declare the king. And the king acknowledge I and I when him come in 66. Enough ones and one or two, the king come and the king send the church now. Them turn on and want to go under the banner and think that them are Christian. Rastafari is not Christianity. Rastafari is what it is, a liberative struggle, liberate I and I in the diaspora and give I and I identity. Now, when the church come, the king give I and I the church as a strategy to protect I and I, because when the king come to Jamaica, you know, Rasta face devil persecution, and then the king embrace Rastafari and bring him in them entourage. But when he did the church is a strategic. Now again, you know, ones are praying a strategic. When the king give I and I the church is not for I and I if it becomes Christian. I and I will never be a Christian. But nonetheless, I and I can utilize the church as alliance, as protection, because it's an international body. We're connected globally. So I and I can utilize the church to safeguard I and I rights as Rastas, at least in its infancy. That is the reason I and I look and see why the king be I and I the church for protection. Because the king in his own way try to protect I and I. And the king is another thing with the king too. The king is the only man that gave the diaspora land. The first reparative acknowledgement to I and I and the diaspora come through the King's Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile Selassie and the Shashamane land. So I and I could have returned. And the king declares that I and I, the Ethiopians and Jamaican are blood brothers. And the king do that. So when I and I extol the king, it's not no willing in it. It's the works of the king, I and I see the works. And not only that, I and I see I and I greatness, so the king and I and the king is one. And that is Rastafari. Rastafari is for I and I. And that's it. Point blank period. Rastafari is not all inclusive. Because when we go through the persecution, it wasn't all inclusive. Mr. Chin never did go through it with me. The Japanese man never did go through it with me. The white man was the reason for it. So right now I and I declare Rastafari. It's about I and I. It's not all inclusive. It's not no one love. Or one love in oneness in diversity. I and I bear the brunt. And I and I blood, sweat and tears who I and I now declare Rastafari. And that is Rastafari in its infancy. Rastafari is about blackness to the core. One accord, black, one accord. Unity of black people and Rastafari is a gathering. Rastafari is Caribbean, African unity. The oneness, one accord for I and I people. So I and I go seal it on that and say once again give thanks and lending here. So I and I can articulate Rastafari and know that Rastafari is yours. They never gave it to you. Jah Rastafari without apology. Selah.